Stingray Rob, fresh out of the IndyCar medical unit. First of all, how are you feeling?
Feel fine. It wasn't a very big hit at all. Just got on the brakes, and as soon as I touched them, snapped into the wall. So really frustrating way to crash because it wasn't even like I was pushing. I just hit the brake and that's it. That's what street courses give you, I guess, and learning where the new bumps are and stuff. Really frustrating start to the weekend.
Well, maybe a positive sign. We're not standing in front of the IndyCar medical unit. We are actually walking back to the paddock. Does that mean they're going to try to get your car back out?
That's my goal. That's what I want to do. I mean, as much lap time as we can get, the better, just because it happens so quickly around this place. We're so track time limited. So I'm going to see what I can do to jump in here.
Well, you're the first driver we can talk to who's actually driven on track. What do you think of it so far in the laps that you did turn?
I mean, it's a good track. It seems like it might be kind of tight in a few places and very low grip right now, but I think that'll progress to the weekend. But the most shocking part was how bumpy that back straightaway is. It is unbelievable. I think that we'll have some, hopefully not, but maybe some kidney replacements needed by the end of the weekend from the feel of it.
Well, glad you're all right, Stingray. We'll look forward to seeing you back out there soon. Felix Rosenqvist in the top 5 in that portion of the session. We saw you got properly sideways and a little kiss of the wall, but talk me through first practice here at a new circuit from your perspective.
Yeah, a lot of impressions. Very difficult track. I think one of the most difficult I've been to in IndyCar. It kind of reminds me of Nashville a little bit with a very long straightaway. Bumpier than I thought, and a lot of surface changes. So you kind of have to like reprogram yourself a bit for each corner. But I love the challenge of it. It's super fun track. The layout is very cool. And yeah, I had a little tap there in the end. Luckily, I was able to save it and just go into the pits. So yeah, pushing the limits already. That's, you know, IndyCar, everyone's just on it, on the limits. So this, you can't really build up to, you just kind of have to go. So yeah, good challenge.
We've heard from some reports that it's quite bumpy, maybe bumpier than anticipated. Is that what you experienced as well?
Yeah, we did a track walk and we were like, oh, it looks pretty smooth, maybe like a Long Beach, and it was definitely bumpier. So yeah, I feel like we all went out and just came in to like adjust for the bump. So I don't think we were alone in that. So yeah, you know, everyone's smart out here, but I think maybe from the track walk, it seemed like it was a bit deceiving.
Lastly, before I let you go, I'm always curious, as a driver, when you come to a place that you've never driven before, you don't have an accurate representation in the sim, what do you focus on in the cockpit to get up to speed as quick as possible?
You just have to be very focused compared to normally. You cannot really rely on that muscle memory. You have to, you know, learn something every lap and just try to slowly push the limit, you know, foot by foot every lap, and eventually you'll find a limit, and then you're like, okay, now I know that. So it's almost a little bit like the ovals. You cannot really just blow over the limits like you can on a track that you know. So it's a very, yeah, it's a good mental exercise for sure.
Well, best of luck with the rest of the weekend. Enjoy Arlington. Felix seemed to get up to speed pretty quickly, guys. He's solidly in the top 5 in that first portion of practice. Yeah, Kyle Collette, talk us through your session around the streets of Arlington. I know everybody is learning this track. How was it for you?
Yeah, I think it was a smooth session. I mean, we did the plan, followed the plan, and like we said before, just I think we didn't extract a lot of grip with the reds, a little bit less than what I was expecting. The jump, like wasn't so big for me, but I mean, it's new track, awesome track. Honestly, it's super nice to drive, and looking forward for tomorrow.
How excited are you to drive here compared to maybe some of the other tracks on the calendar? I know they're all new to you in an NTT Indy car, but not necessarily in race machinery.
No, this one looks awesome, to be honest, like the massive back straight at the back there. A little bit bumpier than we expected, but no, I think the race will be super nice, especially the red tires. Let's see how they play out on the race, if it's 2 or 3 stops, so definitely a good weekend ahead.
Lastly, how raceable do you feel like the streets of Arlington are? Are we going to see a lot of cars side by side on Sunday?
No, I think so. Obviously, the track will clean it up a little bit on the inside line, and hopefully we can put a good show.
Thanks very much, Kyle. Good luck with the rest of the weekend. That's rookie Kyle Collette on his